Cheers, guys. A little lemonade. And as you guys come in and enjoy this little sip of lemonade, we got some lemonade for the and some chips. Never had these chips before, but they're pretty dangerous. They're honey Dijon kettle chips. Really good. All right, guys. So you saw the post. What I'm going to be talking to you tonight is a whole bunch of different little things. We're going to I'm going to give you the timeline. So in the first minute or two, as you guys come on in, you guys can hear the video, and or if you watch this later on, you can go ahead and listen to the timeline and see if it kind of fits you. So first and foremost, we're going to go over basically, and please for my apologies for some of the noise in the background. It is hot nowadays, so I leave the window open, and yeah, no. Wait. And so I want to go over the timeline of the events we're going to talk about tonight. I don't know. I might be on here for 30 minutes. I might be on here for an hour. I don't know. But depends on you guys and how you engage with me. And that goes on with my other videos. What we're going to talk about is the main title of my post was a Native American Indian and 4th of July. What a Native American Indian father or man in America and the 4th of July, Independence Day, and how I look at those type of things. So, with that said, I'm going to give you kind of a rough estimate about that, and then after that, that topic, then we'll go ahead and move forward with some of the things that we deal with as men when it comes to relationships, because I'm getting a lot of questions about relationships, and the way we don't typically look at the relationship dynamics from the other side of things. And I think that's many times how we kind of we have missed opportunities with a healthy relationship or missed opportunities of running away from a bad relationship. You need to take the opportunity, sometimes the opportunity to get out or the opportunity to stay in. And so we're going to look at some of those things with some of the hard truths and hard facts. So let's the timeline of events begin. I'm going to start off with me being a Native American Indian and 4th of July and how that pertains to me and how I viewed that. And then we're going to go on to some of the hard topics of what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing, Billy D, the King? Good to see you, King, the King. I love that. You are a king. What's going on, Kings? And so just to kind of recap as you guys come in, I'm going to talk about the good, man. I hope you're doing good. Are you with the kids or with the family this 4th of July, or are you even in the United States celebrating 4th of July? Some people don't celebrate 4th of July, and that's okay. I want to talk to you today. My first topic is being a Native American Indian in America and 4th of July, and how I kind of view that. And I'm not here to hate on America or 4th of July. That's not what I'm doing. If I'm born and raised here, like I'm here to, shout out to the mountaintops. You're with your fam? Good, man. Good. I'm glad. Thank goodness. We need to be with family. As much as the whole world tries to pull us away from family, good, man. Blessings to you guys. Hope you guys have a lot of laughter, good memories, and time chilling with the family. And then after that, we're going to look at some of the hard facts of how men typically miss opportunities of looking at relationships from the other side. And I mean from the other side of the aisle. For example, the honest truth. What's up, man? Long time no talk. Good to see you in here. What's going on, guys? As you come on in, don't forget to thumbs up the video and share if you feel as though it's going to be helpful for a certain area of people. And yeah, thanks for coming in. Been doing better here. Good, brother. That's good. I'm glad you're doing good. KCOG, enough. The world's a better place with you in it. Yeah, thank you, man. Oh, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. The world is a good place with all of us in it. We need each other. Good to see you too, man. Right on, Kings. You guys are doing good. I'm glad to see you guys. For now. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just give you real quick the rundown. So we're at 5 minutes now. So I want to be careful of the time and saying staying on target. And then as you guys comment and ask questions, I'm open to anything. I don't care what it is. I love you guys. I respect you, and I appreciate you so much. There's no reason for me to be doing this because uh, I only do it because you guys exist. And so, if you've been watching, if you've been following for some time, you should know already that I am Native American Indian. Okay. Um, I have been told for different family members, different areas of my tribal background and where I come from, and I've been getting mixed signals. But to give you the more fine defined information, I'll shoot the stream, y'all. Thank you, appreciate that, man. Yes, please don't forget to thumbs up the stream, you guys. Um, as you guys come in, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, she came to her senses for now. Oh man, let's talk more about that. Oh, that thank goodness. That's a oh man, good, good, good. When a woman starts to see your side of things and starts to come and meet you halfway, that is a blessing, guys. Let's stop the hate about hating women. That's one thing I'm firm about. You know, we can hate them because they've done us wrong. But yes, man, if once they meet you halfway, go ahead and reach out and grab her hand and say, "Come all the way in," because that's a blessing, you know, when they start seeing things your way, or say start meeting you. Yes, agreed, man. Thank God. Whatever that is that have anything to do with peace of any kind, that's a blessing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. All right. So my great grandfather is full-blooded Native American Indian. It was actually in World War II. Um, from what I know, I don't. The last time I talked to him when I was about 14 years old, he was a hard ass motherfucker, and he was in World War II. His name was Chewy. They called him Chewy, and he fixed the military communication lines from um, section to section, from one area where they settled the men to another area, so they can communicate about the strategics of the battle and so on and so forth. And his job was to go out there alone by himself and just fix the communication lines. And he spoke Native American Indian. He was a Native American Indian. They did a movie about this information. It's called The Whisper. He was a Navajo speaker, so he spoke the language, and he gained not just he gained one Purple Heart, but he also gained several other awards as well too. And I remember seeing and finding his medals, and he had them in a closet. And I remember opening them up and putting them on the floor and looking at them very closely and touching his Purple Heart. And I remember seeing it. I still remember seeing all his medals, and he pulled them out, and there was just one after the other, just decorated military soldier, my great grandfather. And I remember when he found me, he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I felt like, oh no, like Grandpa's looks mad. I'm in trouble. And I said, I just wanted to play. They looked really cool, you know? And that's all I said to him, you know, they look cool. I just wanted to play with them. And he said to me, "These aren't toys." And I said, "Okay, what are they, Grandpa?" You know? And then I remember he sat down with me, and he was nice. But I felt his like, you know, I felt Grandpa's like, "What are you doing?" You know? And he sat down with me, and I remember him talking to me about his medals. And he was very simple. He didn't go into detail about his medals, but he told me specifically this Purple Heart was for the shot that he had in his arm and his chest area, his arm area. And he did show me his wound, and then he told me about the other ones. He had a sharpshooter thing, sniper thing. He had really, really good awards. It looks like he had a lot of medals that had to do with sharpshooting. Hey, hello, Matthew. Good to see you in here, man. Thanks for coming in. The Honest Truth. Appreciate you guys. K-Cog, um, Billy the King. Always good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to like the video. So yeah, so I'm talking to you about my Native American Indian great grandfather. Lived a long, long time, and he was in World War II. I just subscribed. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate your subscription. Thank you for very, very much. And I hope you're doing good. I don't know if you're in the United States or not, but I hope you have a good celebration of 4th of July if you are. And that was the kind of the open door, that moment, that time of the realization that my great grandfather was a World War II veteran and was also, yeah, World War II, and also a Native American Indian, and the importance of his job, and what he basically what he was, how important his situation was to the country. He was a Native American Indian Navajo speaker. He actually he was very quiet and humble. He was a very, very quiet, humble man. He never made outbursts. And my great grandmother, she never caused any kind of chaos or stress. She never caused any stress to him. Is he still alive? I believe not. We lost contact with him after some time, but I don't believe he's alive anymore. From what I remember, one of the last World War II veterans was still alive in the United States, so I believe he passed away first. And there's still one left that is alive that was recognized at the United States. I'm sorry, at the White House with the president. I think a couple of years back. And so but his name was Chewy, and he was very humble. My great grandmother never gave him any stress or any problems. I think he was a great man too. He really was a good person. When it was time for him to flip the switch, now I want to listen to you very carefully here. Is flip the switch as a man and turn it on. He did. He was very fucking strong. He was very, very big. But then again, you got to look at me. I mean, I was a young little boy. I was like 5 years old. And to me, any man was strong and big, right? But he, to me, was still to this day, I envision him to be one of the strongest men I've ever seen, the most quietest man I ever met, most humblest man I ever met. When he did get upset, which he never got angry. When he did get upset, um, he got upset very like 100%, and it was for like real fast, and then he brought it all the way down and got quiet real fast. And that was a really cool thing about him. Was he deployed in war? Yes, he was. He was deployed in war. He was actually in World War II. He was a Purple Heart veteran. He had shot several times, shoulder, I believe, and leg, and several times in hand or arm or something like that. And his name is Chewy. I'm going to say that much, and I'll probably post this picture up one of these days. I still have a picture of him, me and him together when I was about 7 or 8 or something like that. World War II. I know there's different ones in there. Um, I don't know exactly the specifics, but thank you, Matthew. I know there was different types of um, ones in that World War II one, but I don't know the exact specifics. I do know that his job was to reconnect the communications lines. It was in Europe. It was in Europe. From what I remember, it was in the Europe one. And I remember he talked about going through the dirt and the trenches all alone and all by himself, just fixing lines because the enemy was constantly cutting the line wire for talking over the phone because they had the old fashioned phones that they had to talk with. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. So, with that said, um, that was my introduction to my me being a Native American Indian. I didn't even realize all of that because the family I was growing up with was so dysfunctional. Some of my uncles were alcoholics. Some of My family members were just not that good, and I'm not here to cry a sad story or anything like that. I did the best I could, what I'm saying, not to fall in those paths. And it's really simple, what I'm saying. You got a dummy over here, don't do what the dummy's doing. Go the other way. It's really simple. I don't know why people need to complicate life sometimes. So I decided to kind of basically to go to learn a little bit more about my Native American Indian culture, because my family wasn't so keen on it. They weren't really um, excited about it. They weren't practicing it. They weren't all about Native American Indian culture. They were just drinking, doing drugs, and they didn't care about themselves. So they could not care about me. Um, and with respect to my mom, she's passed now, but she did not practice, or she didn't hold on to the culture of Native American Indian. I had to learn it later on in my life because I got more interested into it myself. And it opened me up to spirituality. It opened me up to being more humble and looking at everything belonging to everyone. So now I want to open the door to the next topic. And that's basically saying, life is to be lived and not controlled. And what we allow ourselves to do is our attention is so important. There are companies that are spending billions and billions of dollars to gather your attention, to control your thinking. And your mind is it feels like it's free, but free in the anticipation of needing to work, needing to have a job, needing to get a dollar, needing to get shelter, needing to get food, needing to have a date, needing to have a woman, needing to have a husband, needing to get married, needing to do this. We're constantly living outside of ourselves, and that's because we lack the control from within our mind. And I believe that's kind of where we're being controlled and we're not living our lives. um, I want to share something else before I move on. As a Native American Indian in America, um, I I married a non-American. I married a non-American woman who is not from this country. I specifically seeked out. I specifically seeked out a non-American woman. I did not want to marry an American mentality. I always knew that since I was young, since I was just smart enough to understand and smart enough to realize it. Belly down, whoever moves. Oh, okay. Belly down, domain. That's okay. I mean, I understand. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pass on that message. It's all good. But yeah. Anyways, so I just wanted I lost my train of thought there. Kind of a dumb comment, but anyways, so so I wanted to specifically not marry an American mentality, because the American mindset of a woman, as I was getting older and older, I started to realize, because I dated many American women, but I started to realize that was not the final destination. You do not want to marry them. You do not want to create a house or a home or a family with them. I'm not here to disrespect an American woman. I'm sure there's some very good ones, but from my experience, I was not coming across many of them. And so, so with that said, no, maybe I'll dance on another one. Thanks, Rodolfo. All good. Um, but um, but can I dance? Yes, I can dance. I'm a very good dancer, matter of fact. And so when I decided to find this woman and I decided to marry her, she was not an American citizen. She had her green card and she was working and going to school in America, but she was not an American citizen. As we dated and we became engaged, she became an American citizen on her own. Um, I Comcast you to dance. And that's funny. And she became an American citizen on her own before we got married. She was an American citizen. We had a baby together, and 20 years later, and at the age of 3, she decided to. She wanted a divorce. She wanted a divorce. I wanted to work it out. After a few months into it, I fucking gave up. And I said, well, let's just stay married because I want to stay here for my daughter. I want to be in my daughter's life. That's most important. And it was more important for her to get me out of the situation because she is having this burning desire in her to show the new man that she loved him so much more. So she needed to do everything in her power to get me out, which was lie to the police week after week, lie consistently to the neighbors, lie to coworkers. Every day was a lie. Every day was like a movie set in the house, a dramatic Academy Award drama series of lies. While I tried to bathe my daughter, play with my daughter, it was like living in hell. And when we finally came to the courts, to the legal courts of the United States, she had 100% rights to my daughter, and I had no rights at all. Now, listen to me before you go. I want to tell you this. Listen, I am a certified, full blooded Native American Indian from native of this land. My blood is on this earth, here. And another woman comes from another country who is not from this country and has 100% rights to take my child away from me. I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to think about that for a second. Now, I've already gone through the roller coaster of emotions throughout the years of anger, hurt, frustration, crying, sobbing, and so on and so forth. But I've come to a place where in my life where I'm healed now. I feel a lot better about things. See, wow, cookies, they shift. One day they love you, the next they don't even recognize you. Okay, yeah, thank you. The honest truth. I always say she's coming to her senses now. For now, I didn't think I will be getting married. We already share a child, and I do or must stay in my child's life. Good, man. That's awesome. That's what we need to do. That's all we can really do is do what we can to stay in our child's life. Um, One of the things I wanted to share with you is, you know, if something was taken from you or something was is not, let's see, because you. So one of the things I wanted to share with you. Good, man. I'm glad. I don't think she'll be getting married. We already share a child. You know what? That's the most important thing, and I think as all fathers, that's all we want to do is we want to stay in our child's life. If we know that we lost the woman, right? And why is it that we come? I want you to think about this for a second. You have to get out. If you're a man and you're listening to this, or if you're a woman and you're coming back and listening to this live, I want you to understand something. You have to get out of the mentality that the man lost the woman, or that we got divorced, or so on and so forth. You have to get out of that mentality. You're attaching yourself to the fact that you lost this relationship, or lost this woman, or lost this wife. I want you to understand something. There is powers that are way beyond your reach, that are so influential, that are controlling your woman's phone right now that she's on. there is small little subtle hints of images of a man's legs, his back, his muscles, his so on and so forth. There is there is messages as she's scrolling on social media. Queen, you're the best queen. You don't need that. Leave him, woman. You could do it alone. She's hearing this consistently in her ears from her besties, from her coworkers, family, friends. There is powers that are manipulated all the family members, all the best friends. Their social media has consistently infected all of society. I'm talking from Kazakhstan to the United States, from Vietnam to Russia. Social media has infested our thinking, our mentality. It has swayed our reaction times, the way we react to things. Because I have this desired reaction to social media. Now it's when I have a communication and something triggers me, I react that way. Is the same way as I would flick my thumb, is the way I react in a negative way to this conversation or this person I'm having a conversation with. Social media has infested our minds so deeply. So you have to get out of the mindset that you lost this woman. You didn't lose this woman. This woman is infected with a disease, social titus. It's like I'm making that up right now, but it's a disease, and we're so controlled. We actually believe these this disconnection in our relationships so much. We believe that we believe this disconnection and the separation in our relationships so bad that we think that this is the right way to think and be. That we so easily, and we have these huge open doors and opportunities, so much opportunity for divorce and separation. Divorce is a disease. It's a disease caused by the illness and this infection of social media. And this disease is growing in numbers, and it's in all countries. It's in all different religions. It's in all different genders, nationalities, and so on and so forth. And you know the facts by now. If you've been on social media at any time in 2024, you know now that divorces are 50%, are rising by to 50%. You have men to men marriages that are at 25% divorce rate. You have women to women divorces at 90% divorce rate. Women love divorce. They love the opportunity of walking away. They are so, and it even says in the Bible, the woman is the weakest of the mind of the thinker, the weakest of the flesh, the weakest. And the man is supposed to, I apologize for the background noise, I apologize. But the man is supposed to take control of these situations. And we're losing our men out there. We're losing our men. We're losing our men to this softness. I'm gonna tell you, myself. I've done this before. I've done this where, babe, please, like, come on, And it's okay. You want to be that gentle person. You want to be the kind man. Let me tell you why it's okay to be gentle and kind to your woman. Sometimes. Let me explain to you why you want to do that. Because if one day to the next someone dies or something's tragic happens, excuse me, if somebody dies or something tragic happens, you can hold your head up high knowing that you did the right thing and you were a nice guy. So if she was a bitch and you were being nice and respectful, you should be, because you're a leader. You're the leader, and you need to lead correctly. And you need to show the ones that are not leading themselves correctly how to do it. So you need to show and prove. So when you're being nice and you're being kind and you're showing respect, and boom, you die the next day. Guess what she's left with? She's left with a poison of guilt from being such a mean bitch. She's gonna rot in her guilt. She did it to herself. It's her own bed. She will lie in. And that's why you want to be nice. Because nice will always win, okay? But you gotta love with an iron fist. And I don't mean beat anybody. Don't be beating anybody. But you gotta love with an iron fist. You gotta be strong. You gotta be a leader. You gotta be dominant. You're gonna be nice up to a certain point in your relationships. And when it's time to take control, you don't need to take control with being loud and absurd and screaming and yelling and absurd. You just take control and you just tell them this is the way it's going to be. We're not going to do it the wrong way. We're going to do it the right way. Okay? And if the woman is not going to follow your lead in doing things the right way, it's not being controlling. It's doing things do things the right way for the both of you. Not for just one, for two. And if she's not going to follow your lead, you got to leave. You got to exit. And you don't have to tell her you're exiting. You don't have to tell her shit because she doesn't care about your feelings. She wants you to leave. She wants you to exit. So with that said, I want to share something else real quick. Your surroundings. Okay, that's true. She's now seeing that my decisions are actually better than hers, and they will. And she tells me that good. Thank God, man. Good. And you got to stay firm in your goodness. And I'm glad for you. Good for being the man that you are and staying firm in the right decisions for both of you. Pissed her off royally again, and she's and the fringe. Yeah, but see, don't think like that. Don't think like that. So I understand where you're coming from. It's easier said than done. Completely understand. But you are doing so the right thing. You're staying firm and doing the right thing for you guys' situation. It's good when it's good, but it can go left, brother. Yeah, man, it can, and that's for anybody. Yeah, I know. I know. We try not to. It's hard, but good for you for staying firm in the right decisions for both of you guys. You know what's right for both of you, and that's the best way to be. And stay firm in that, because when you break, a woman wants you to break. When you say, no, baby, we're going to do things this way. We have to go this way. This is the correct way for both of us. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for me. We stick together and we go together like a team. Because you try to do life alone. Try to do life alone. It's fucking hard. You telling me? It's fucking hard, man. It's really, really hard. You guys know me when you found me when I was homeless in my car. You know me when I was hungry, when I was homeless. You remember those old videos. If you just come in now, you remember when I decided to let go of my business. When I had everything, I had fucking everything. And I let go because I wanted to suffer. Because I wanted to suffer. I wanted to suffer deep, deep down, dark and hungry. Because I wanted to feel what it felt like to be a man at the very, very bottom and have to cultivate love, even in the most painfulest moments in my mind. And that's what a woman doesn't understand, the type of sacrifice and the test that you put upon yourself. A woman won't put those type of difficulties on herself to test her will, to test her heart, to test her inner strength. A woman will not ever do that. A woman wants to be comfortable. She wants dinner to be paid for. She wants to be taken care of. She wants to be loved and protected. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. But she hasn't hardened her heart and her mind like you have. And that's why you have to do these things. And if you're not going to live the life of hardening yourself, like breaking your body down in miles and miles and miles. If you're not going to do these tests of strength within your mind and your body, then you gotta do this in the gym. You gotta do it in prayer. There's other ways you can do it. Get on your knees, drop on your knees hard and pray hard until it hurts into your gut, into your soul. I don't care whoever your God is. I love all your gods. Pray hard, sacrifice. Go deep, deep inside. And then one of the things I want to share with you as we finish up here. Actually, no, probably gonna go for another 10 more minutes here, guys. So hang in there with me. Is I want you to now, as you gain a little bit of ground. For example, you gain some ground in the relationship or the communication. Um, I want you to strengthen yourself when things are good. I want you to take the time to do what you need to do to make life more streamlined. So, for example, when I was building my business, I streamlined my business from the beginning, from how the customer interacts with you, to the customer, the actual customer exchange of payment, to to the customer's payment, to the actual the time of the event, and then the aftermath, the outcome. So, and then how can you constantly keep that person as a customer? How do you constantly keep them rotating, and the whole experience that person has? So, let's say you are. Let me just give you an example for myself. So I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, okay? But this is what I try to do, and I personally did break a little bit when I met my girlfriend, and I took the time more to really kind of invest in time with her, because I felt it was because I had invested so much loneliness to nothing that I wanted to invest some time with a woman. Um, so when you get to these times when you're alone and have nobody in your life, and you're complete loneliness, and you're in the isolation, you're in confines of your own space, take the time to strengthen your mind, your thoughts. Clean your thoughts up. How did you think the other day? Oh, I want to kill this person. I want to, and then whoa, 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 clean up my thinking. I shouldn't think like that. I shouldn't speak like that. What was my level of anxiety that I had? I need to bring that down. Do some inventory of your thinking. Your thinking is powerful, because nothing moves in this world without the beginning thoughts of your mind. And then, and that's with your own privacy. How are you strengthening your body now? How are you strengthening your thought process, your planning for the day? What is your program for the day? If you go to prison, if you go to prison and you are in there, there's gangs. And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what gang you roll with, respect to all those gangs, but you better have a program. And your program means that you get up in the morning, and what's your job duty? You need to get up. You need to guard the front line. You need to guard the back line. You need to guard Child Hall. You need to do your exercises. They want to see you on your exercise program to be ready when things go down, because you're a soldier. So, and when time to go to battle, your soldiers need to be ready. So you need to get on a program. And it's the same thing when you go into the military. You need to get on a program. And so, what's your program? How are you programming your own mind? If you can't program your life in your own mind, in the confines of your own space, right at the edge of your bed, kneeling down and program your thinking, your thoughts, in your mind, then let me tell you something. The government can program it for you. They're going to put you right in that fucking jail cell and program your mind for you. And you're going to let this government and these other power entities program your mind through social media. So you better program your mind. So you need to get on your program. You need to clear up your thoughts. You need to get into that gym. You need to harden your body. It needs to hurt. Your bones need to hurt. Your joints need to hurt. You need to be feeling pain in your body. It's a necessity. It's a necessity for growth that you feel pain in your body. I hurt all the time now that I'm getting older. But this is the training grounds for when the time comes that you need to flip that switch. So those are the three things that are really, really important that you need to do. And then when you bring somebody into your life, you need to revisit your process. When you have a good girlfriend in your life, you have a maybe a new potential wife, a new person in your life, you need to revisit that process. And that woman needs to be on your program. She needs to be also in your program. You need to you should don't force, because you can't force anything. You can't even force a dog to go eat this. Like, you just got to put the food there and let them eat. So you can't even force your woman, but you got to tell your woman, hey, this will be best for you. In the morning, you do some prayer. Take the time to meditate. Take some breath. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Calm down. Get some oxygen in your lungs. Drink some water. And it's so important that she gets on that same type of vibe, that same type of program. She needs to also be in there in that. And what's your program for the day? What are you going to do for the day? I'll ask my girl, what you got going on today? What are you doing today? You're going to have a good day. Okay. Just really simple, really easy. Don't push them, but just kind of throw those little signs out there. Your day's going to be okay. Things are going to be good. We're okay. Very simple. The really simple stuff. If you can't get the bare necessities down, the relationship ain't going to, you ain't gathering the strength to really get the relationship strong. And then she needs to be on that program of physical fitness. And, I'm going to tell you right now that if you're not staying fit or trying to stay fit, you got the problem and you're not going to be a good leader. And if your woman is not going to stay on, then that's not your woman, because physical fitness is an absolute must. We must move our bodies. Our bodies were designed to move. That's why we got legs and arms. That's why we have muscles and bones, and we have a cardiovascular system. We were designed to do so. God gave us these organs for a specific reason, and these movement patterns for a specific reason. We have to move. We have to lift, move, go. It's a necessity. You have to do this. There's no getting around this. There's no like maybe no. You have to do it. Unless you have some type of medical condition, and so once in a while, like for myself, I have really bad migraines that can hospitalize me. I have to take a medication. If I don't take this medicine, I have to go to the hospital. I've told you guys this before, but if I get my headaches under control, and once I feel better, I know I got to get back in the gym again. So you need to create this program for yourself. Go through the process in the alone time and create a natural pattern. Is very easy. Program your day, clean up your thoughts, chisel your body, you know, and then when you got this on a regular rotation, a regular process, then you bring in your woman, and you find that woman that is on the same process, or you help her, you push her a little bit just to guide her. It's like putting the food there and let her eat, and let her be part of the process, and let her flow into that natural process that she wants to go, however she does. And then you guys do that together, and you revisit the process. And every time you revisit the process, you become a little bit wiser, a little bit stronger, a little bit better. Maybe finances get better. Maybe your relationship grows a little stronger. Your bodies and your hearts and the love grows a little bit stronger. And you keep that process going. It never stops. It is always growing throughout life. Advice I ever heard on YouTube, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And uh, you know, consulting. Oh man, no. Well, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I said this on the last live, and if you haven't been watching my lives, I've been doing a lot of lives lately. Go back and watch my lives. But I'm gonna say this right now. I'm going to post my Instagram on the communities posting from the front page of my YouTube channel. Um, yes, for couples that are going through this. And thank you for bringing that up. My main goal, see, right now I talk to like you, I talk to maybe an individual. I'll talk to my girlfriend and she's halfway in and halfway out. She's like 50-50. And which is great. I'll take half of her ear, one ear, the other ear is maybe on something else, but I'll take that. Let her come in as she slowly comes in and sees things my way. Um, but my main goal is this message right here. And if I could die on the sword to this message, this is what I will die to. We need each other. We need to love and come together. We need to stop hating each other. We need to stop fighting each other. The entire world and powers that are greater than us, they need to divide families. They need to divide the home. They need to create two tax brackets in the home. And this is the reason why many of the most important social media people that talk out there are getting canceled. They're getting canceled all over the place. And it's the ones that are talking about religion and family and love and together and teamwork. We are Rocks are meant to be hard, right? And when they hit, right, they're going to crack sometimes, and it's going to hurt. But these rocks are still part of the earth, and they move and they help to shift the earth as the rain and wind falls. It moves the earth, and it helps to rotate things. And with all these beautiful things that are alive and on the earth, the world still turns beautifully, and the rocks are still together. And that's what we are. We are men and women. We need each other. And sometimes we hit, and that's okay, but we still stay and we still move together. This world is being divided at every level, from religion to sex, to in the family home, divorce, from schools, from the workplace. It is constant divide. And let me tell you something. We need to look at every single person on this earth. Let me tell you this as a Native American Indian and just as a human being, that I just see things differently. We need to love our beautiful brothers and sisters equally. A straight man should look at another man with respect and love and honor him as being an individual man. Another woman should look at another woman and not see a threat. They should see another beautiful queen and lift her up, and she should do the same and lift each other up as two queens walking. We need to look at each other as kings and queens. We need to talk to each other like kings and queens. We need to be proud of who we are. And however we speak, if you speak this way and this person speaks this way, or we have a different accent or from a different country, you're still a beautiful human being. It doesn't matter your age, how old you are. It doesn't matter your color or your nationality. We need to be loving each other and coming together. And I would die on the sword for that. That is my true message. And we're so much in a divide of every single thing. And we need to remember, when we walk out that door, there's going to be people still. I'm getting old and my temper is like, I've had it. I'm people that fucking piss me off constantly. But I still have to come back to my senses. And the nature of me is to walk out that door and see people in a loving light. I cannot let the anger and the hatred and the destruction of this world turn my mind into pure evil and look at them the same way. And so I make this mistake. I make the mistake of getting angry. I make the mistake of getting irritated with other people. But we need to stop that. We need to stop that. And so that's my last message to you guys. Yes, again, I'm going to recap real quick. I am a Native American Indian man who married a non-American woman, and the U.S. government gave my all 100% rights of my child to this other woman, and took all my rights away from me. And and as a recap to the message, We need to love each other, but love with an iron fist. Be firm in our process and our program for the day. Clean up your thoughts. Clean up your thinking and your thoughts. Everybody's mind needs some good house cleaning. Your thoughts need some good house cleaning. And we need to reprogram our days, reprogram our weeks, reprogram our relationships into looking at each other with love and respect. And the reason why we are divided in the house, in the home, and in relationships, is because we're divided as just human beings altogether. You're divided from your own fellow brother as a brother. You're divided from your own fellow sister as a sister. And we need to look at each other with respect and love and have no fear. Have no fear, but have the full trust in each other and that we need to love and come together. Man, bless you. Bless you so much. I love you guys. Thank you guys again for coming in here. I hope if you guys came in late, please do go watch the whole video. Again, a recap I'm going to post on my communities post on the front of my YouTube page the link to my Instagram. And I want to start growing that Instagram because it's going to allow me to be able to have one-on-ones with you guys and talk to you more, especially in relationships. I love you too, brother. I love you. I want to say a little prayer for you right now. Keep being the good man that you are. Keep being the good human being that you are. Keep doing the right thing in every interaction, from every second. You have a beautiful smile and loving interaction with your child, and your child is home and fed in your arms, that they feel your love and your embrace. I feel like I wish this for every man, every woman, that your child has food in their belly, they're warm, there's laughter in their heart and souls, they're just giggling for no reason at all, that we're feeling love constantly with each other. And with that type of message and that type of interaction they have with their beautiful fathers and mothers, and hopefully they will continue to feed and breathe that way and later in their life with other people around them. Amen. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in.